Hey guys, what's up? This is part 5, I believe now. And if it's not, well, I'll probably figure it out halfway through the broadcast. But we just finished up part 4, where I did the mission not hit and run. I keep saying hit and run. It's not hit and run. I did the mission smash and grab. Okay, we're gonna go now to the next mission. We'll see what we have and go from there. Okay, I still have the Agria mission, like I told you guys before. It doesn't go away. It just sits there and prays that you will decide to play it eventually. So, I can either go to Agria, or I can go to Redstone. There's not really a specific way you're supposed to go through these. You don't even actually have to do all the missions in the game to beat the game, technically. And there's actually an achievement you get where if you beat the game on normal difficulty and under a certain amount of time, that you get an achievement. And the only way to get that achievement is to, well, I guess you can do, I think you can get it doing all the missions of the game. Don't quote me on this. I think you can get it doing all the missions of the game. But the easiest way to get it is to not actually do all the missions of the game. And so, regardless, here we are. I think I'm feeling the Agria mission right now. That's just usually the way I play it, so we can go ahead and
any ship receiving this transmission.
Go and do this mission.
Incoming transmission.
See how well it works out.
Thank you so much for responding to our distress call, Commander. I'm Dr. Ariel Hansen, and I represent the people of the Agria colony.
Pleasure to meet you, Doc. You can call me Jim. What's the situation?
The Zerg have overwhelmed our planetary defenses. The colony is lost. For the past 12 hours, we've been evacuating people to the nearest starport, but the Zerg attacks have become so intense, we can't get any more through. If you can guard the highway, we can start sending the remaining groups every few minutes.
Don't worry, Doc. We'll get your folks through to that starport safe and sound.
Better believe
I pray
we will.
you're right, Commander. The Zerg are more terrible than I ever imagined.
Don't need to pray. I will get those people there if I die trying. Which I hopefully won't. I think the first time I played this, the first time I did this mission, back before I'd actually gotten used to Starcraft 2 and became the unbelievable pro that I am now. And that was sarcasm, by the way, guys. If you didn't catch it. But yeah. I actually believe that I did fail this mission one time. Totally not too long ago. Back when it first came out, basically. I played this like almost all night, and yeah, I kept, well, no. I think it was just because, I don't even remember. Let's go to the mission, guys. That's what you want to see, right? That's the only reason you're here. Here's our new unit, Firebat. 1 armor. It's an armored biological unit. 8 damage plus 12 versus light.
I got us some Firebats, cowboy. These suckers have got flamethrowers that'll roast the Zerg, but good.
Note it's not plus 12 versus light. It does 8 versus regular units. It does 12 versus light units, not plus 12. Okay. So,
our allies are being attacked.
and it also, since it's a flamethrower, it does area of effect damage. So it hit both of those Zerglings, if y'all noticed, and not just one of them. So kind of useful, but I really don't go for them just because I'm used to the multiplayer aspect, and so I don't really use Firebats all that much. Not that they're not a good unit, I would totally say that they are good, that they're just very, extremely limited. I would definitely say that. Very, very limited in what they can do. Because, I mean, 12 damage, that's not all that much. I mean, yeah, I guess light units tend to have a lower...
Thank goodness you're here. I'll give you control of the main building so you can help us evacuate the colony.
light units tend to have lower HP, more or less, than regular units would, but, I mean, still, 12, that's not that much. And so, I'm so used to playing, like, Marine Marauder and stuff that you would normally use in an actual multiplayer game, that when it comes to the campaign, I just don't use fire bats. Not that I don't like them, I just don't use them.
We'll need to escort the convoys all the way to the main starport for them to have a chance of escaping
Hopefully I
this
won't
planet.
get supply blocked for a little while. I think that's one of the things.
The first convoy from Lark's Crossing will be moving out soon.
Okay, I think that's one of the things I fail at the most. Because I want you guys to be able to hear like the talk and stuff, but I'll talk over like the specific unit stuff. Like I'll talk over that, but like the actual stuff they're saying that is important to those people that want to hear it. I mean, I don't want to talk over that. I'll just run into it. So. Yeah. I'll do my best not to talk over like cutscenes and stuff, guys. I may eventually get fed up with it and do it anyway. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out when we get there. Normally, I actually have units besides the ones you start with, going. Oh, wow. Oh. That could have been bad.
Don't stop for anything. Let's roll.
Yeah, I almost lost it on air there, guys. Well, technically it's not air since it's being recorded. Just pretend between us I didn't say that. Anyways. Okay. So I'm just going to let them follow him for right now. But usually I have more than just these guys going on this first batch. But I'm trying different stuff for you guys. I'm trying different stuff for you guys, so that I don't just do the same.
Someone had the right idea of building bunkers to defend the roads.
Yeah, give me a little more minerals.
Empty.
The Dominion military abandoned them when the Zerg attacked. They didn't give a damn about the colony.
Sorry to hear that, Doc. At least these bunkers are in a good spot. I'll see if we can't get them there.
Okay. So nothing really eventful happens until we get up here. So and even then, it's not very exciting. It really isn't. Isn't exciting. Yeah, words, sentences not completely coming together. I also kind of see this as a way for me to get better at actually like talking. Because like normally I'm not exactly the greatest person, as you could probably tell, at having a conversation. And so this is a little bit of practice for me to get better at the speaking and having conversations, being able to keep a conversation and all that jazz. So just try and bear with me for at least a little bit, guys. If you've gone with me this far, then I thank you that you have had the courage, to say the least, of dealing with me. So. Okay. So, yeah.
It's a long haul to the starport, partner. How can we be expected to guard the whole thing?
I reckon we can use a mobile force to keep it clear, or build more bunkers to block the approaches. Either way should work.
Zerg are horrible at, well, they're actually really good at burrowing. I say they're horrible because they're really good at getting in the way and popping up when I least expect it. I guess it's more annoying than anything. My macro, horrible, as usual. So, come back here. Go ahead. Bring you back. Hit that and come here.
The next convoy is almost ready to go, Commander. Please alert your men.
Actually, we'll just run him down here. Because there's something I gotta go get over here anyways, so might as well. Alright, so come over here. While we're at it, actually, go ahead, go with that. Do it now, and then go back to mining, please. Thank you.
Get to the starport! Move it!
Alright, so as you can see, I finished this bonus objective, which was to collect all those Zerg research thingies. So now I've got full research for this mission. There's no more possible research I can get, and after this mission, you guys will finally, if you don't know already, you will understand what the research is for and what I can do with it. So, I know it's probably been bugging you guys. What's he talking? And I know it actually probably hasn't been bugging you guys, but bear with me. Humor me, please.
Add-on complete.
This mission's, none of these missions are overly hard if you've done real-time strategy games before. None of these missions on easy or casual and normal difficulty. They're fairly straightforward. Not too exciting until you start getting to the end of the mission or the end game, late game missions. Then they get cool. Or intriguing. I don't know. Like when you guys talk, you say that something intrigues you if you like it, or do you say it's cool? But I guess I think for me it depends. Depending on what it is, whether I say, and I guess who I'm around. That's the
Convoy's in danger. Hit him, boys.
Aw, we lost the guy. Sad day. Oh well. It's not like we needed him anyway. Let's see. Actually, what? No, I'll just put them here. Keep building up them supply depots. Got that. Now for a little, well, wouldn't be R&R. So if you guys are watching this, and I'm hoping that many of you are, if you've played Starcraft before, and either Starcraft, if you play it, whether it's Starcraft 2 or Brood War or whichever one you've played, which race is your favorite? Do you play Protoss? Do you play Terran? Do you play Zerg? Or do you prefer random because you feel that you play all of them equally well?
Commander, another convoy will be heading out soon.
I used to play random. Every now and then I still will. But usually I tend to try and pick my race nowadays because I realized I'm equally well at all of them in that I suck at all of them. And so I think most recently I've been trying to get better as Terran in multiplayer. But if I went old school, I would have to say that my favorite race in Brood War was probably Protoss. I know I was actually thinking about that question. Mainly because when I played, I had a bunch of friends that I played with.
Don't leave without us!
And we would do LAN, or LA, wow, I spelled that out like a moron. We'd hold LANs, and we'd all play together. And I basically played Protoss because most of the other kids played Protoss. And so it would always end up, and for those of you who have played, you probably know what's coming, it would always end up either as a huge cannon rushing fest, or it would turn, if you didn't die to the cannons, it would turn into, hold on, it would turn into a carrier battle. And for those of you that don't know what carriers are, you'll see them later on in this game, if I keep this walkthrough up. Which I probably will, whether you guys watch it or not. Somebody will watch it. Somebody please watch this. Oh, what's going on? Oh, you guys can handle that.
The colonists are hurt. We gotta save them.
Okay. But, yeah. Carriers are some of the most beastly units. And the thing is, everybody says they're overpowered. I don't think... I mean, yes, I think that they're very, very powerful units, but that's what they're supposed to be. And they're not super overpowered unless you get a mothership. And in Starcraft 2, it's a mothership, and in Starcraft 1, it was the Arbiter, or an Arbiter.
We could use some help.
But basically, it makes the units invisible. In StarCraft 1, it made the units invisible. In StarCraft 2, it makes units and buildings invisible for the Protoss and for any of their allies. And but even then, it's not... The mothership is designed to be the mothership. The carriers are designed to be the carriers. They're not actually overly powerful, because if you're Terran, then you... I wouldn't say Mass Marine. I'd say probably Mass Viking would be the best to dispatch them. And as long as you're careful and know what you're doing, you can take them out. And then for Zerg, you just get mass corruptors. Hydras tend to not work that well. From my own experience. I mean, you may be able to do it with Hydras, and if you can, you have my respect. But so yeah, I mean, I just think some people complain that the game is broken, and, I mean, yeah.
Sir, we just detected Zerg organisms entering the upper atmosphere. I can't give you an exact fix, but they're heading your way.
That's completely useless information. Okay. So, yeah, sometimes I feel... I mean, I've had my fair share of times where I felt that the game is broken and just completely unfair and needs to be fixed. But that's usually because I get rushed, or... you know, I have a player that's better than me, and it's not because the game is broken, it's just because I don't know how to react and I'm not experienced enough of a player to actually combat something. Because like cannon rushes, I have seen so many failed cannon rushes that I can guarantee you that Protoss
We have another
and the
convoy
whole
ready to be escorted, Commander.
cannon rushing thing, it is most definitely not overpowered. Because one, if it fails, usually the Protoss can't get back on their feet in time. And two, the way it's set up, because you have to build, obviously you have to build the forge. So one, you have to find a place to build the forge where either they won't see it or they won't expect it's coming. Like if you put the forge up as part of your wall, then it may look like you're just walling off. Because I've seen a lot of the pro players that they just put the forge as part of their wall, and so they have a forge, they have a gateway, and usually it's usually a forge and like 2 gateways. Sometimes they'll put their cyber core, but usually they don't. They usually leave that farther back. But I mean, just saying that the game is broken just because you lost one game, I mean that's just retarded. And I mean, yeah, I've said it before, but I just think
here. Let's go.
I think people blow it out of proportions, and some people just complain to complain. I mean, sometimes it's just really dumb, and so, yeah. Blizzard designed the game to be something, and if they feel that something is kind of sort of out of whack, then they do stuff to try and fix it. They add the patches or whatever, and obviously they're taking the carriers out of the next installment of Starcraft. But
attacking the convoy.
which I'm kind of sad about that. I'll be honest. I wish that we'd still have carriers, but I mean, it's because they're adding new units and stuff in, which I mean I guess is okay. I really don't want to see them go, because I mean there's nothing wrong with them. And part of it is people just complain that carriers are they're unbalanced and all this whatnot, and it's just people that they want an easy win, and they're not skilled enough to actually be able to fight off the way it's supposed to be fought off. Or they find out at like the last second about it, and they get owned because they just don't have enough time left to respond to it. Because I mean, like, say you're in a free-for-all, and you've been playing all game, and you haven't attacked anybody, and so you finally reach max supply, and so you go out, and the first guy you attack has gone mass carriers, and all you have is your mass marines that are, we'll say 3-2, and they just get completely owned by these 3-3 carriers. And then he comes, and after destroying your force, since he knows your force is destroyed, he just goes out and attacks you. Well, that's just bad luck. That's not being overpowered. Marines aren't exactly designed. Here, actually, it's not that one. It's this one. Terran units. Medics. Wow. I just said medics. It's actually a Marine. Okay, it doesn't show it in this one. But if you go to the actual in-game multiplayer screen and look at that, it shows that it doesn't show that, well, even in that one, it doesn't show that Marines are particularly strong against carriers, which means that you probably shouldn't be using Marines against carriers, because, I mean, yeah, you can make a lot of Marines, but 8 Marines, I think it may be 6 supply for a carrier. I forget what the supply is. But if you take an equal supply of Marines, it doesn't add up perfectly. And it's just like Zerglings versus Marines. I've seen 2 Zerglings own a Marine. No. I've seen a Marine own 2 Zerglings. I've seen 2 Zerglings own a Marine.
I'm picking up seismic disturbances closing in on your position.
And
I think it's some kind of tunneling, Zerg.
It's
wonderful. It's just like him to keep things nice and interesting.
It's just, sometimes it's about luck, sometimes it's about micro. So, I think the whole people complaining about it being unbalanced and that, oh, this is cheesy and stuff, I think people just need to learn how to play the game. And once you get good enough, it won't matter if it's cheesy or not. I mean, yeah, you'll still lose some games, but if you get good enough, you'll be able to respond against the cheese, and you won't have to worry about it overwhelming you and just completely taking you out of the game, or taking you off guard. So, I think it'd be nice for once.
We're almost done, Commander. Another convoy will be
that
starting out soon.
Somebody did something well, and that they should be applauded for it. Because, I mean, those things are basically, they're just simple strategies that anybody can do. And doing something, I think, would be something that I would commend, would be the people that come up with interesting ways to bypass that. Like, there's another YouTube channel, Life's a Glitch TV, youtube.com/lifesaglitchtv, and they do the series called When Cheese Fails. And basically, it's all these cheesy builds and, like, how they either fail or how people are, like, they have creative ways of getting around them. And if you guys are interested in, like, finding ways around cheese or whatever, stuff like that, I would definitely recommend looking into that.
Is the road safe up ahead?
Because
we'll find out.
I have seen some amazing, and the people that cast it, I forget their names, but the casters they're absolutely hilarious. And so I'm not with them or anything. I'm just promoting. I'm not even promoting their channel. I'm just see this guy. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, go look at that. And because it's just, people like to complain a lot, and I personally don't think the game is unbalanced. You may think differently, and I'm not going to try and change your thinking about that. I may think you're wrong, and I may say so if I ever meet you, but I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, and there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I will do about that. I mean, if you're interested in debating it, I will debate it with you. But I'm not going to say that, because, I mean, there are times where I think that, where I'll be like, oh, man, that's such a cheesy build, I hate that. But then I'll see somebody, some pro player, who just easily, like, stomps the build into the ground, and it's like, oh, well, it's not that it's a cheesy build, I just am not exactly the best at playing Starcraft. So, just think about it, you guys. I'm not saying any of you guys do this, but I'm just saying, in theory, I guess. No, don't attack him.
Convoy's in danger. Hit him, boys.
I'm just saying, once upon a time, this has probably happened. And so, next time it happens, guys, don't get angry. Just play StarCraft for fun. I mean, yeah, you can play to win, but I mean, it's a lot more productive if you just play it for fun, because then you get to meet new people, you get to have fun, you get to have interesting conversations sometimes. I mean, it just makes it a lot more, makes it better for everybody in the community if we're all just nice in how we play. And so, don't rage quit. I mean, if you feel the need to rage quit, then take a few games off, or take however much time you need to stop raging at how you lost or whatever, and just take some time off from the game. Don't get angry and make it bad for everybody. So, anyway, that's the end of this mission.
That's the last of them. Go. Lift off now.
I've done my ranting for the day. So.
We've lost the colony, but my people got out alive, thanks to you, Commander.
Because of that, this is probably gonna be the last part for today. I will be doing more parts, just because I like this game and I actually had fun doing this cast. And so, but yeah, that more or less wraps it up for this part. So, I think there's one little cutscene here that we'll do. And then I'll go to the armory, get my upgrades. I'll show you guys the research, which I promised I'd do. I'll show you guys the research before I go. And then I'll cut it off. So, wait for this to load.
Great job, sir. Dr. Hansen's offered to stay on with us for now, and I think her skills will be invaluable.
It's hard to believe I'm even here.
Great to have you, Doc. How you planning on pitching in?
Well, your medical facilities are medieval, and your science expertise is non-existent. Perhaps I could start there.
Ouch. Well, guess you might be able to teach Stedman a thing or two. Welcome aboard, Doc.
Oh. I want to ask him if he needs some ice for that burn, but that would probably kill the moment. So, not even a bother. Okay. The new area. The final area.
Commander, the alien artifact is all secure in the lab, sir. You know, seeing it got me to thinking about my special project.
Whoa, slow down, Stedman. What do you mean, projects? You doing some kind of research down here?
Yeah, well, you know, not yet, sir. I still need some additional specimens to get things going. Once I get those, we can make some big improvements to our weapon systems and tactics.
Well, I'm all for that. What do you need?
All kinds of things. I've entered the details into our database. If you run into something on a mission that we need, you'll be notified automatically.
Just try not to blow up the ship. Okay, Stedman?
So yeah, nerdy scientist person. Okay, so basically, whenever you get research points from things, they'll be added to the console here, which I'll show you. And for every mission you do, you get bars that fill up. And I don't know if you can see, but I actually have 6 there. I have 4 here from the one, from the last part that I did. And then I got 3 from this part that I just now completed. And so for every 5 you get a new upgrade / ability thing, and there's all sorts of cool stuff like, I'll show you here. These here are improvements to the bunkers. This one gives bunker more life. This one gives the bunker a turret, so you don't actually have to put units in it to do damage against the enemy units. So I remember the first time I played this, I was like, oh, I don't need to put stuff in my bunkers, and so I got this Shrike turret. I think I just found a typo, guys. That says Shrike turret, not Strike turret. I don't know if they meant to do that, but I actually find that incredibly hilarious. Maybe they meant to do it, because it says it over here too, Shrike turret. So maybe I thought it was supposed to be. I always read it as Strike turret, so I thought that's what it said, but apparently not. So now that we know that, but yeah, I used to get the Shrike turret. I don't even care. I'm gonna say it how I say it, and you guys can yell at me if you want. But nowadays, I tend to get the fortified bunker, just because it allows the bunkers to take more damage, and so it helps them stay alive longer, and the SCVs can heal them a little bit better. And so, anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna get this research upgrade. So go to the armory, see what upgrades we have here, and then that'll wrap it up for this part. I think I'm gonna go with that and that. The projectile accelerator and the combat shield. So now my Marines are completely pimped out. And so we'll go back to the bridge and we'll cut it off. So that's the end of this part. I'll actually save it. Just for you guys. Just for you guys, so that way I'll be able to reload it and bring it back up right where we left off every time. Okay, so it's been saved. That's the end of this part. Like usual, rate, comment, subscribe, do whatever you guys do. Any games you want to see played, let me know. Comment. If I have it, I will definitely do it. If I don't have it, if I get enough comments about the game, I will definitely put it up. Or get it and then put it up. So, I won't put it up and then get it. Anyways, that's the end for today, guys. I will probably continue doing this tomorrow. So, until then, hope you guys have a great night. Don't really care about the Super Bowl. And peace out.